your way back into a ball game like this, and then to lose it that way. Give us your thoughts on what the intent was at the end of the ball game in that inbounds.
Get fouled, get the ball inbounds. We had our free throw shooters in the game, and we knew that they probably would trap one time before they fouled, and they did. Corey got it out, and Bojan, threw a lob pass that just was in the air for a long time. Allowed Rozier to run underneath, but you got to execute. We talked about this at the beginning of the game against a group like this, very physical team. Number one defensive team in the league, and you got to use each other. You got to set screens and be strong with the ball. It really took us through the second half to, play against that defense. And, it's a 48-minute game, and you got to execute all 48 minutes. We just lost our composure, I thought, in that the last minute. We made free throws, and, guys got up and we were pressing. And, they ran right by us. You keep the guys in front of you, So just, some miscues down the stretch that cost us that game.
Nate, what do you tell your team after a game like that?
Stay together. You don't point fingers. This is hard. It's hard to take. But you're going to have to move on. But you stay together. And, we can't, we got to figure out a way to get off to better starts. I thought, once again, we came out and they punched us in the mouth right from the start and just dug ourselves a hole. And, a good team like this, you got to be solid. You can't allow yourself to get into holes like that and fight your way out and expect to win those games. We was able to do that, but I don't know how many of those possessions in the first quarter that they scored on, but it seemed like they scored every possession in that first quarter.
Yeah, they hit their first 10 shots. You mentioned screening earlier. It seemed like they were getting a lot more out of their screens than you were, at least for the first half or 3/4 of the game. Is that something you guys need to improve on, just screening to get guys open?
Well, they're the number one defensive team in the league, so they do a good job of getting through screens. And I thought we, tried to get hits. They at times flop. We got called for some illegal screens. But, that's part of what you have to do every night. But especially against a group like this, you got to work together. And, it's like a marriage when those two guys are involved in a screen, whether it's a pin down or a pick and roll. The guard has to slow up and allow that big to get set, and then the guard has to run him off. So the two got to be connected in situations like that. I thought we started to get some screens and was able to attack and score, and we fought our way back into this game.
Almost lost now because of the way it finished was Oladipo's 38-point game, and he carried you once again down the stretch. Is it as simple as we're going to give him the ball and let him make something happen?
Well, you're going to put the ball in the hands of your best player, no different than what they did with Kyrie. You're going to look to put the ball in the hands of a guy that is showing that he can make plays, whether he is scoring the ball, getting to the basket, or making the pass. And, Victor is slowly showing that, he wants the ball in his hands and he deserves the ball in his hands. So, yeah, we're going to, put him with a combination that works tonight. Domas was doing a pretty good job of defending and screening and running the pick and roll action with our guards. So we end up finishing with them.
Irving had those 2 3-pointers in the final 30 seconds. Did you feel like you'd done all you could defensively to kind of tip your hat in those cases?
I gotta look at the tape. He came down off of a pin down. There was a lot of time on that clock. Where they We ended up getting caught on a switch. Domas switched on him and was caught out behind the three in the corner. You know, in that situation, you want to crowd him, make him go to the basket, but it's a lot of time, you know, quick two or quick three. You try to contain him and make him shoot over the top. He nails a three. And then he comes off of a pin down with the 5 and a 3 and nails a 3. You know, hey, you got to make plays, and they made the plays tonight to win the game.
Nate, why do you think Miles was so quiet tonight? I think he had 2 points.
Well, I think what they did was they were switching. They put Horford on him, and basically they switched pick and rolls tonight, and you know, so he didn't have the pick and pop that he normally gets. You know, on when we went to him into the in the post up, they double teamed him. You know, and they're going to be nice like that, where you know teams they do some things to try to take something out, and you know, tonight, you know, we wanted to keep the 5-man in the pick and rolls, and the 5-man was guarding Thad and Domas. You know, so Miles is playing a lot of spread in situations like that.